Alrighty guys, welcome back. So we're going to go over grounding and meditation today. Went over in our last video about cleansing and the different things that you can use to cleanse yourself and basically take your objects, tools, and self down to a baseline of 0 so that you can actually focus your energy and your intent into that object or yourself to create your spells, workings, magic, etc. Meditation and grounding is something that's super duper important. When you go through your day, everything can attach to you. I'm also an empath, so I gain and gather a whole bunch of energy that's unwanted and unliked, and I don't like to carry that around with me. So I try to do this in the morning and in the evening. I am a normal person, so I am super busy. Like I said yesterday, sometimes I don't have time to base my stuff on ceremony and sit down and have a whole ritual on cleansing of myself. Sometimes running water is what I have to cleanse. So this is for everyday people. 5 minutes is all you really need. People ask what grounding does. Grounding is connecting to the earth, which is where our craft comes from, you know, everything of the earth. I also find that grounding, one of my definitions, is to release my unwanted energy back into the ground. Like I said, to take my baseline to 0. It also helps cleanse your mind and make you focused on what you're about to do. I have a really hard time meditating. I'm not a Buddhist monk, so I cannot find the state of nirvana in 20 minutes of meditation, nor can I spend 24 hours focusing on meditating. I use head movies. That's what I call them, head movies. Basically visuals to help me meditate better and easier. How I start is I find my form of cleansing. And you might want to just buy one of everything and see what works best for you, what energy resonates with you. It took me a really long time to find out that incense work for certain things and not for others. Like I said, use Palo Santo. So I always start before I meditate with cleansing my area, my space, and myself with Palo Santo, to help dispel any of the energies that I have accumulated either throughout my day, throughout my night. It just helps really well. Don't forget, upside down helps you burn. You want to get a nice light going on that. It is wood, so you want to ensure that you can get the smoke that you're looking for. Put it out, and I just do my aura areas anywhere. Sometimes I work with a lot with chakras as well, so depending on, you know, what's blocked or clogged that day, I might focus on a chakra. But just your general area, and just cleanse yourself. Now, beginners, I know, like I said, there's so much information out there of what you can and cannot do, or what you should and should not do. This is all what resonates with you. So what resonates with me might not resonate with you. People might say this is the proper way to do things, but whatever makes you feel warm and fuzzy is what you want to use. There's no right or wrong way to do things. I work a lot with crystals as well, so if you do as well, there's a variety of different crystals that you can use, whatever you're drawn to. I tend to use hematite, which is really good for grounding and centering, because I also feel that I have ADHD. I'm all over the place. This will actually help you ground and center for your meditation. So I'll use that. I use black tourmaline or black obsidian. It's really good for absorbing negative past traumas. If you have any, they work really well for that too. And then I always like a rose quartz, because it just generates love in general. Not bringing in love, but just love energy. You know, that warm, fuzzy, hippie feeling that you want to give off. That's what that's going to help you with. So when I meditate, I always like to hold stones. If you're like me, when you go to meditate, you can do it anywhere. You can do it sitting up, lying down, in meditative form, in your crisscross applesauce, whatever works for you. You can close your eyes when you do it. If you have a problem focusing on a candle flame, you can light your candles. You can focus on your flame with your eyes open as well. Whatever helps. I have a meditation oil blend that I use a lot. I use this, and I can use this on myself, or you can actually use it and dress your candle with it. But on your 4 points, your pressure points, that really works. The smells help. It's more of a aromatherapy kind of thing. But yeah, use that. So if you like to meditate with your eyes open, focusing on your candle flame, really works. I'm going to blow this out for later. Like I said, I have a problem paying attention. So how I do this is I always create imagery in my head for meditation. which helps me focus on my meditation. So what I do is I always get into my meditative positioning, whatever's more comfortable for me that day, and I close my eyes and I start with imagining that there's a giant ball of white light above my head. Have you ever been stuck in like a sunbeam in the forest, or felt the sun like really heat you up when you're taking a walk? It's kind of the visualization that I get from that. And I use my white light and I start at my head, and just like the sun, I imagine that the warmth starts from my head and slowly goes all the way down my body, through my neck, through my eyes, down through my arms, through my core, through my abdomen, down into my legs and into my toes, and just imagine myself being heated by that light. And then that it creates a giant white shield around me, almost like a Star Wars force field, or where your aura would be. If you see pictures of auras, that kind of protection of white light. When you're cleansing yourself with your white light going down through, you want to, when it gets to your feet, I always imagine that it's pushing all of the unwanted energy down and through into my feet and back into the ground, which is what grounding is. The earth will absorb all your unwanted energies and protect you with your white light. I like to do that before I start my meditations, only because, like I said, once again, you're cleansing yourself of anything unwanted. I also there's guided meditations everywhere. You can go on Spotify, you can go on YouTube, and they're literally 5-minute guided meditations, so that it'll help you through your meditation process if you're not really sure on how to go about meditating. Breathing is another thing that's really important. If you have a problem with visualization, and you're more of a thought process kind of person, focusing on your breath. 5 in, 4 out. You can do 5 in and 2 out, and just ground and center yourself. Another good thing for grounding is anything. If you like to color, cooking, if you're a cleaner, you like to clean your house, that's all forms of grounding. Anything that can take your mind off of something and your anxieties away and kind of bring you to a baseline is really, really good. Meditation is good also for letting spirit in and gaining knowledge. It kind of just makes you one with earth and spirit. Like I said, I'm an everyday person, so I don't have 20 minutes to sit around and meditate every morning or every night. So I do 5-minute meditations in the morning, and I try to give myself 5 or 10 at night. If I have a really stressful day at work, my half-hour lunch, I carry incense with me, and I go outside and I put my headphones on and I take my shoes off and look like the crazy person in the field, but I'll do a 5-minute guided meditation there, and it really just takes everything out of you and just brings you back to a nice, peaceful, if you're a journaler, that's a really good place to start as well, writing down how you feel throughout the day. Today was a really stressful day. I came home with this, and this, meditated, and you'll notice that over the days and the weeks that you'll actually start to feel better. It's not something that's instantaneous, so you're not going to meditate for 5 minutes and feel like you are the highest of archangels or, like a new deity or goddess. You are going to be a slow process, and you have to retrain your body. Like with any habit or with anything that you're starting new, it takes time. But literally 5 minutes in the morning and 5 minutes at night. Like I said, find some stones that resonate with you. Something you just think is pretty, that's perfect as well. But literally, we're going to start here, just cross. I always like to sit here because it helps me gain posture, like sitting up in school. Helps me pay attention better. I usually put music on. I'm not going to do that right now, make you go through that with me, but take a nice deep breath in, and I let it all out. And when I breathe in, and then when I dispel my breath, I imagine just pushing everything out. All my worries, all my cares, all that good stuff, just starting there. And I literally picture, like I said, the sun or a white light starting at my head and going all the way down and through. Breath patterns, just kind of like Lamaze. If you're a boy, you wouldn't know anything about this unless you have a wife that's had a baby, but it helps you focus, because focusing is hard, especially now this day and age. But I always go in for 5 seconds and out for 4. And in for 5, and out for 4. Now, yes, this is going to feel very awkward and strange because that's not how you breathe normally. Then just let your normal breath patterns begin. Just breathe like you always do, in and out. If you want to, set a timer for 5 minutes. Sometimes my timer goes off and I'm like, oh no, it's over. And other times I'm like thinking, oh my gosh, is this timer ever going to go off? When that starts to happen and your brain starts to wander, start counting your breaths again. In for 5, out for 4. Inevitably, it's all about pulling your focus and your attention back into your meditation. When you start, your mind's going to wander all the time. Did I do my chores? Did I pack the kids' lunch? What do I have to do later on? That's human and it's natural, and everybody does it, even the most experienced people. You just want to keep bringing yourself back to your breath or your visualizations. I'm having a really hard time with that word today. Use your head movies to help you focus, whatever works for you. I do this before, like I said, daily. I do this before rituals. I do this before spells. I do this before I read my tarot. I do it before I make my moon water. Because like with cleansing, you want to have that nice, pure baseline of yourself and focus all of your intentions into your day. If you like affirmations, this would be a great time. You can repeat your affirmations over and over and over again. Again, it's a help of pulling your focus into your meditation. And in all reality, that's all meditation is focusing on one thing. It helps calm your mind. It helps just throughout your day. It really does. It's made a world of difference since I've started meditating in the last year and a half. And it has brought me inner peace. It has made me less anxious, less stressful. And it's just simply amazing. When I do a later on video, I'll do a third video and I'll actually do a full meditation session with you guys with music so you guys can kind of understand, and I'll do a guided meditation with you so you can actually get into the whole, what a meditation session is like. But until that time, guys should just try this stuff on your own. If you have any questions or anything, comment below, like and subscribe. I'm working on more videos for you.